I'm now introducing Lalitha Ravindran. For her avatar as a literary agent, Lalitha worked in general insurance and information technology, in a career spanning over 3 decades. I quit on a whim, unable to put up with a lot of the stupidity around, and a few months later I felt I'd really die of boredom. Luckily for her, she met an author at a literary festival, and one thing led to another, and she wrote a review for his book, and at his grading tried to promote his book in colleges, lit fests, and book events. The karmic connection with books and authors only grew with the suggestion that she got to become a literary agent. And well, that's kept me away from boredom and premature death, I guess, she concludes. Lalitha is the founder of the First Forays Literary Agency, which helps fiction and non-fiction books be published in India. Right now, they have over 30 authors from all over the world.
Hey, thank you very much, Alexandra, for that introduction and an excellent session from you. I have, in the chat session, I have asked you a question. Maybe you can answer later.
Absolutely.
Would you like to answer it now?
I don't know how to get to the chat session on the thing. I'll do it later.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. We can do it later, but I did ask the question. So hi, everyone. I hope you all are enjoying this festival so far as much as I am. I wish I could see a little more faces and reactions, but I guess we'll get to it shortly. So I'm very glad to be attending this festival today. Many thanks to Matt to putting this together, and Louis for organizing this, and to Soraya for inviting me. To agent or not to agent is my rather grammatically wrong title, but you get the idea, don't you? We have heard of agents in several services and industries like insurance, film industry, shipping and transportation, clearing agents, and of course, publishing. So how many have heard of a literary agent? I would like to know either through the chat or in whatever way possible, or if you can even unmute yourself and let me know, because then it makes what I'm going to say more, purposeful. If you haven't, then you've come to the right place. A literary agent is not a secretary of the author or the publishing house, as some assume. Some people assume in advance that you should be giving, do the secretarial work, update, edit their work, things like that. And that's not a literary agent. A literary agent represents a writer or an author to help them get their work published so more people can read their stories. And if they are lucky, make writing a vocation that can pay enough to make a living. So many writers want to chuck their job and, be this writer who's getting royalties and they can live off them. But you got to be very, very lucky for that. So literary agents are actually business partners of sorts for an author. Most authors, and especially debut writers, don't have much insights into how the publishing industry works and need help to get their books to market. An author and an agent are two sides of the same coin. I keep repeating these sentences to people who call me up. And the coin here being the manuscript or the book. As the title indicates, it's not always mandatory to have an agent represent a writer, except perhaps in the US, where writers mostly need representation. Agents are licensed and authors are expected to come via a literary agent and not go directly to the publishing house. But I've known of some exceptions as well, even there. Some old traditional publishers like Hachette, who have their branches in many countries, only work with literary agents and not directly with an author? How can an agent help a writer get published? What all can an agent offer to the writer? So one, the agent can review manuscripts and provide creative insights and edits. Not all agents do this, but for more seasoned and editorial agents, this is a major service they provide. Secondly, they can submit the queries, proposals, and pitch to publishers to obtain a book contract. Not everybody gets a good book contract through a short story contest like Suraya and Himali here. Negotiate terms of the contract. So authors are mostly, they are in their own dream world, in their imagination. Commerce is not something, their strong areas. So they do need somebody with a business sense to look into the nitty-gritty of the contracts and their terms to make sure that they are in favor of the author. They can guide them in promoting the book, which is very, very important these days. I mean, Alicia made a wonderful presentation on how you can use the social media and so many tools, to give, to promote your book. So this could be the basis of getting a contract. That is, your ability to promote could be the basis of getting a contract, as publishers expect the author to promote their book. So publishers say, I've done my job by publishing the book. I will fulfill the orders as and when they come. It is your job to talk about the book because you have written it. You are the best person to speak about it. So you should be seen and heard talking about this book. So it's very, very important. Indirectly, agents help build an author's career by freeing them from the publishing tasks and giving them more time to think and write. So what does the author or a writer do best? Is writing, is imagining stories, is spinning a yarn. And so having an agent do all the other, tasks for them, get the money, get the book out, is always a good partnership to have, according to me. Agents are also looking to leverage a book for adaptations to screen. It's very big nowadays with all kinds of streaming services. People are looking for content, translations into various languages, and any other rights sales, or to a different territory or anything else. So it's not just the direct book sales, but also using that story in various other mediums. There are different types of agencies or agents. Some are editorial agencies, and some offer the very basic service of getting you a book contract. Editorial agencies can review your manuscript and suggest changes, edit it, and really polish it before submitting it to publishers. At this point, I want to just pause for a few seconds in case, just to find out, am I making sense? Is it something of interest? Is there a question that's coming up in anybody's mind? Okay. Okay, I hear Suraya saying, or rather I see you saying, giving me a thumbs up, so I'll continue. Okay, so a little bit about First Forays Literary Agency. You heard Suraya and Himali talk about their prize-winning story, The Trader, and the contest was sponsored by my agency as well as the book club that I collaborate with, Bookaholics. So First Forays Literary Agency works a lot with debut writers and try and represent stories or genres which they feel is pertinent to our times or brings a different perspective of the past, present, or even the future. especially in many countries, we see that. I mean, we see it very much in India, where the past also is being now projected in a different perspective because it was recorded and chronicled by different people, and now we are putting in another perspective which may be really worthwhile reading. So how does one find a literary agent? I was expecting this question. And what is the best time to search for an agent? So if you are a debut writer, it's the first time you have written something, you have written a manuscript and you think, or your family has told you, or your friends have told you this should be read by many, you should make it into a book, publish it. What do? You should look for an agent after you have the first draft of the manuscript ready. Not when you just have an idea, because it's very difficult. And then as you're writing, I mean, Matt talked of the starting and the middle and the ending. You might deviate from what you were thinking, and then it may be a different animal altogether. So always good to have it more or less ready before you can query or look out for an agent. So this helps to query or pitch to an agent better. Subsequently, you could engage with your agent for the preferred story to write at that time. This is better if you're the second or third book coming, already built up a relationship with your agent and find his or her inputs valuable. So you could look for the stories you're toying with. You might have certain ideas, but you want to, like Emali was saying, you want to sound it off to somebody else. Or do I write this first, or do I write the other one first? What do you think? What does the market want today? I think somebody mentioned healthcare, mental health. Sorry, and today those kind of books are very, very important because a lot of people are grappling with it. So publishers, websites, referrals from other authors, or even a Google search. I mean, the most handy tool for us today for literary agents in your city or your country could be a good beginning. Look for testimonials, study their website content or social media posts, and reach out to a few with a query letter. Speak to them and decide based on how you connect with them. See, it's a very close relationship of trust and faith. So you have to be able to connect. If not, you should look for somebody else. Remember, you need to trust their abilities and commitment to you and your career as a writer. Most literary agents have their criteria for acceptance. So it's not just, the authors reaching out to agents. Agents are also picky about who they will represent and who they will not, based on their strengths, their experience, what can work, what cannot work, what is their view about their writing, and so on and so forth. So what does having, So what do agents look for? It could be the genre, like I'm not very good with science fiction or even poetry for that matter. So I tend to sort of skip those. The profile of the author, I mean, how serious is the author? Is it, very casual, too many mistakes? Then agents do not want to represent such an author. And their writing abilities, and generally being confident that they could work with them. You get that, the gut feeling that this will work. What does having an agent cost? Now you're wondering, how much do I pay? Right? So any ideas? How do you pay to an agent? So most agents generally work on royalty commission. This is around 15 to 20% of the royalty earned by the author. So the publisher pays the author a royalty commission that is mentioned and decided in the book contract, and the agent will take a percentage of that as their agency commission. Many have charges for editing or fixed fees for each contract signed. I mean, things are evolving in different markets. So even editing could be an additional service, and they could charge you, whatever is the market rate. Or they could even charge you a fixed fee for each of these contracts signed. In India, I've heard that some agents ask for a reading fee. So even to read a manuscript, because, it's wonderful to read a best-selling author, a best-selling book. You're very excited to read and share with your friends. But to read a manuscript which has not been tried and tested, it's in a very raw form, it's not always exciting. It's a job. After all, for an agent, it's a job. And as they are reading, they're looking at how can I pitch this? What is the strength? What are the negatives? How do I put it across to the author and all that? So many agents do charge a reading fee. I don't know how it is in New Zealand and Australia. I'm not aware. But in India, I've been told some of them do charge. According to me, this is highly unethical and should be avoided. But then it's a business and people can do what they want. The market is always a challenge. So having someone experienced is a great advantage.